What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Cam ATL. Shout out to the DFS squad. Shout out to everybody watching this video right now. Drop a like down below because I already know you're gonna love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. When we get to 4,000 subscribers, I will be doing a huge giveaway, and we are like 80 subscribers away from it. So subscribe to the channel. Get your grandma to subscribe to the channel. She doesn't even have to watch. Just have her subscribe to the channel. Let's get to that 4,000 subscribers. You guys, I asked you, I was going to record the video in the morning on Wednesday morning and drop it for you guys, but I asked you guys on Twitter if you wanted it tonight, and you guys got 20 likes in under a minute. So, I mean, it's pretty, I have to do it now. By the way, follow me on Twitter, at Cam_ATL. I'll give free lineups on there for everybody and stuff, too, at random moments. So, make sure you follow me. Real quick, prayers up to Gordon Hayward, man. That injury was gruesome. It was gruesome, man. I had to, as soon as I saw his leg, when it zoomed up closer to him, I had to turn away, just like all the players on the court. Like, it was horrible, man. So prayers up to him. Hopefully he bounces back in a big way next season. Real quick, I also want to talk about DraftKings finally fixed our lineup lock problem. But here's how they did it. They fixed it and they put a new section where you can play with no lineup lock. But the contests are complete, utter bullshit. All right, they pretty much made it so nobody cares to play those bullshit contests, entering $1 to win $3.50. Nobody wants to play that. Okay, you did it on purpose so you could satisfy the customers, but at the same time, nobody's gonna want to fucking play that. Okay, so DraftKings, this is completely to you right now. All right, you guys email me all the time because you hate when I put lineups on here for everybody and all that, and I pretty much tell you fuck you. Okay, you guys need to listen right now. I know you saw the videos because I know you watch my videos because you email me constantly. All right, you guys have got to fix the lineup lock situation. All right, take off the extra little section, have it classic, have all the great contests, and just make it no lineup lock. What good does lineup lock even matter? Or it doesn't matter at all in NBA. That's the worst sport to have lineup lock in. Okay? You guys are ridiculous to think not. And if you don't fix it, I'm going to make a DFS Squad Daily Fantasy Sports site, and I'm not going to have it. And then I'm just going to bring everybody to my site with me, and we'll all just play and have a fucking grand old time. How about that? All right? Comment down in the comment section, fuck lineup lock. Okay? These guys have got to fix this situation, man. All right? I'm still going to dominate them throughout the year, even with lineup lock if they keep it the way it is. But still, all I'm saying is they have to fix it, okay? They're already out of their minds thinking that DraftKings employees don't play. They might not play with their own account, but they have friends that they'll play with. They'll probably max out entries too. You probably see a lot of times you'll see a winner at the very top. I guarantee a lot of times one of those top guys are a friend's account of a DraftKings employee who has that insider info, who knew that a player was going to be out and didn't mention shit. Okay? Okay, so I'm done with that. I'm going to get straight into the picks, guys. I'm going to give you guys the high five. This is 5 guys that you can fit in your lineup, have plenty of money left over to be able to put some value guys in and have a very solid lineup and get to that money. Starting off at point guard, as soon as I started looking at this slate, I immediately gravitated towards it. First of all, go on iTunes and download Damian Lillard's album. He is actually the best player that has ever rapped, okay? Shaquille was the only other guy who was even halfway decent, and his wasn't even good either. Damian Lillard can actually rap his ass off, okay? I got to give it to him. I listened to his whole album the other day on iTunes. He actually is solid, okay? So much respect to him for being an NBA player and branching off and doing multiple things with his life, all right? But on top of that, he has came out firing throughout the preseason. He's been playing amazing for Portland, and he gets to go against a Phoenix Suns team that we have always loved to target point guards against, okay? They can't stop point guards. Their pace is really fast, so it forces the other point guard to play faster, which means more DraftKings points. Damian Lillard going against the Phoenix Suns is an amazing matchup. I also love Antetokounmpo at 10-3, 100 less going against Boston because Boston just played Cleveland. They're banged up. They just lost Gordon Hayward. Kyrie Irving has no defense. Antetokounmpo is just way too big for him, period. There's nobody on that Boston team who can hang with Giannis, okay? Giannis is an amazing option at 10-3, but I got to go Damian Lillard in the high five. You know, I only can give you the heat. He's going against Phoenix, and this is always a matchup that we target, guys. Remember that throughout the season. Target the Phoenix Suns. They play at a very fast pace, which means Portland is going to have to keep up with that pace, which means more DraftKings points and more money in our bank accounts. Okay? Next up, at shooting guard, I'm going to take advantage of a player that I have always loved. Okay? He's got tremendous talent. Avery Bradley. He got traded to the Detroit Pistons. He's a main scorer on this team now. Okay? Before, he had Isaiah Thomas taking some shots away from him and so a few other players who were taking shots away from him. Avery Bradley has always been a very solid player. I've always been a fan of Avery Bradley. He's a tremendous shooter. He's great from the perimeter. He's just a great scorer in general, and he's going to be a focal point of this offense. At home in Detroit in his new home, going against a Charlotte team who is known for being horrible at defending the perimeter. Okay? They allow so many three-pointers. This Charlotte team has always allowed so many three-pointers, and with Avery Bradley being such an amazing three-point shooter in general, scorer in general, Avery Bradley is an amazing value at 5,500. I've got to put him in the high five. He's a great value. By the way, his last preseason game, Avery Bradley dropped 26 points. That's the type of scoring potential you have out of Avery. He's got 35-plus DraftKings points potential at 5,500. I love him. I see him getting over 6 times value here in this matchup. I love Avery Bradley. Lock him in to the high five. Now, I'm sad to say this, all right? Tears might come to my eyes while I talk about this, but Dirk Nowitzki going against my Atlanta Hawks team, who is going to be horrible this year. We got rid of Dirk Nowitzki. We lost Paul Millsap. Not Dirk Nowitzki. Dwight Howard. We lost Dwight Howard down low, and we lost Paul Millsap. We are going to struggle against big man this season. All right? Dirk Nowitzki is a veteran. He knows how to score with a quickness, and he's at home in Dallas. He plays that 30-plus minutes. I love Dirk Nowitzki at power forward at only 52. He just seems way too cheap, especially against an Atlanta Hawks team who is not going to be good at all this season, man. They really are not going to be good at all, okay? Another way to look at this, too, is Nerlens Noel at center, okay? Noel will be coming off the bench, okay? He will not be starting. But the good thing here is if Dallas happens to get up, Noel's going to get some extra minutes in that situation. If Noel can end up getting 20 to 25 minutes, he's going to dominate the boards and dominate down low against this Atlanta team with nothing on that team anymore. Like, I'm sad. I'm super sad right now that we let go of everybody, pretty much. We are nothing, all right? Honestly, Dirk Nowitzki is an amazing play. We all know the scoring potential he has, and at 5,200, I love Dirk Nowitzki. At the center position, a player that started really making waves at the end of the season last year for Phoenix is my man Marquise Chris, and he has looked great throughout the preseason. He's starting at power forward for Phoenix, and like I said, this is one of the better games to target on this slate. It's going to be a fast-paced game and a lot of scoring. Okay, I like Devin Booker. I like Eric Bledsoe. I like Marquise Chris starting at power forward. This guy, trust me, I'm telling you guys are going to end up using this guy a lot this season. He's a young guy who needs to, hone in on his skills and get everything together, but he has looked great throughout the preseason. He finished out the preseason with double-digit points in all 3, okay? He's putting up points. He's starting for a team that plays at a fast pace, which works perfectly with him being young and being able to run that floor. I love Marquise Chris at 5,100. Lock him in. And one of my plays that I really, really like on this slate, man, is Ricky Rubio. He got traded to the Utah Jazz going against the Denver Nuggets. This is once again another matchup that you love to target with point guards. Rubio is a guy who fills the stat sheet, man, with assists and points. This guy is a beast, okay? And at 7,000, he's a discount, okay? He's at home in Utah. He's going to be matched up with Jamal Murray, who I'm not worried about at all. The kid's too young. He's not prepared for a Ricky Rubio type player. Rubio is great, okay? I mean, he's not amazing. He's not a superstar. But Rubio's the guy that can get you some good DraftKings points. At 7,000, I love him in a game versus Denver. Okay, like I said, Denver is a team that you love to target. Okay, they're another fast-paced team that you like to target point guards against. Okay, yes, if I'm going to stack a team and get involved in a team the most, it's going to be Portland and Phoenix game. That game in general, I want to get exposure to that game. I love that game all around. Okay, Devin Booker's going to be a beast this year. All right, CJ McCollum's a decent defender, but Devin Booker showed flashes of some huge scoring potential towards the end of the year last year. We all know what type of scorer he is anyways before he even did that. But that game in general is going to be a good game to target. I love Marquise Chris at a discount in that game, starting at power forward. And I love Ricky Rubio. And that's it, guys. Damian Lillard, Avery Bradley, Dirk Nowitzki, Marquise Chris, and Ricky Rubio is the high five. All right, now I'm going to go through real quick. Let's clear this out, and we're going to look at some cheap options that we can go with. Around the 5,000 and cheaper range, obviously, Avery Bradley made the high five, so I like him. All right, we got Marcus Smart, who looks decent, but he was making a lot of mistakes tonight in tonight's game going against Cleveland. He was making a ton of mistakes, so I'm not too interested in that. JJ Barea is a guy I have a little bit of interest in. Obviously, Dennis is the starter there, but like I said, if Dallas gets up, JJ is going to get some good solid minutes there. JJ always comes into the game and just puts like 150% of energy into it. Like, he lifts up the whole stadium. He lifts up the whole team. I've been to Mavs games multiple times since I moved to Dallas, and JJ's a guy, when he comes on the court, everybody just raises their level. Okay, I love JJ at 44. He's a real cheap option that could get a good amount of minutes here if Dallas ends up running that score up on that horrible Atlanta team. All right, Ish Smith will probably be splitting some minutes at the beginning of the season until they figure out who they really want to roll with heavy. Going against Charlotte, it's a good matchup, man. Charlotte's a team that you really want to attack. Nobody else I really care to really get into. Let's talk about some cheap other shooting guards. Avery Bradley, obviously my favorite one. George Hill for Sacramento going against Houston. Houston is playing tonight, and Chris Paul just looked like he got banged up. He's limping all around the court. He might not even play, okay, with it being a back-to-back and Chris Paul being an older guy. I like George Hill here in this matchup, all right? Houston's a fast-paced team. Take advantage of Sacramento, especially with Chris Paul's a solid defender, and with him possibly missing this game, like I said, as I'm recording this video, the game is actually going on in my living room right now, and Chris Paul is limping all around. So there's a good chance he misses this game with it being a back-to-back and them going to Sacramento from Golden State. So, yeah, man, I like George Hill here. I love him at 5,500. Malcolm Brogdon, he showed flashes last year of having some good potential. Evan Fournier is a good play at 51. Buddy Hield going against Houston. Going to be seeing a lot of James Harden here in this matchup. I like Buddy Hield at 51. Robert Covington at 5,000. I love this guy. I like the Philly team in general. Now, one thing I want to mention, Markelle Fultz, the main man that they drafted in this year's draft, will not be starting, which I'm a little confused about. They're going to be starting Jared Bayless. I'm a little confused about it. I guess they just want to get him a little more experience, but you would think that they want to just give him a little more time to figure things out, I guess. Maybe he doesn't know the plays that well or something. I have no idea. But, yeah, you would think that they would want to play him early on in the season so they can start gelling pretty quick. But they're not. So they're starting Jared Bayless. Markelle Fultz will be coming off the bench. Markelle might be a solid little option off the bench even. You would think Markelle would want to come out and really flash some shit and want to get his starting point guard role back. Okay, but Robert Covington, man, we all know what he's capable of. Going against Washington, they have struggled against small forwards often. Okay, often. All right, they're a team where you like to target forwards against. They give up a lot of points to forwards in general. Power forward, small forward, whatever. Okay, so I like Robert Covington a lot at 5,000. Some other guys, let's see, that I'm interested in. Not too interested in Wesley Matthews. Tyler Johnson, not really. Eric Gordon is looking really good right now against Golden State. Against Sacramento, that could be a good little matchup there. They'll probably be without Chris Paul, like I said. That doesn't really raise the minutes for Eric Gordon. but they're going to need some extra scoring in general. Eric Gordon should come in and do fairly decent at 48. Sacramento's a team you always want to target against. I mean, both these teams are fast-paced teams. Houston's probably going to be without Chris Paul. So James Harden, I'm definitely not going to fault you for playing. Harden has done well in back-to-back games in history anyway, so I wouldn't worry too much about it being a back-to-back. It's not like they're leaving California. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a huge across-country flight, all right? That's about it with shooting guard. Oh, yeah, keep an eye out on J.J. Redick. J.J. Redick could come into Philly and make some good little moves there as well. I already talked about loving Giannis. Ben Simmons against Washington, love him. That dude is going to fill the stat sheet in many categories this year as long as he can stay healthy. All right, he gets rebounds, he gets assists, he gets points. I like Ben Simmons. All right, let's go ahead and talk about these cheap guys. Tobias Harris, like I said, Detroit, they need somebody to step up scoring. Tobias Harris is a guy that has shown that he can put points on the board. Going against Charlotte, I'm more of an Avery Bradley type guy. I think Avery goes off here. I think his price is going to jolt up after this game. Okay? So, but Tobias is a viable option at 56. Let's talk about, Rudy Gay got traded to San Antonio. Looks like he's going to stay coming off the bench, though. Even with Kawhi Leonard banged up, it looks like he's still going to come off the bench. So keep an eye on that situation. Maybe possibly they figure out a way to work Rudy. You would think they'd have Rudy in the starting lineup, but maybe Rudy's just not back to his normal self yet. We don't know. All right. Let's keep on looking at some cheap options. I already mentioned Buddy Hield. Evan Fournier against Miami's a good matchup as well. Marvin Williams is a guy that always just comes in and racks up the points too. He's always a guy that you like to target at that cheap range because he comes in at times and puts up points. So I like Marvin Williams at 5,000. I'm not 100% sure if Denver's going to be starting Wilson Chandler, but they damn sure should. Okay? I like Wilson Chandler. He has proved multiple times this dude's a beast when he gets starting minutes. So I like Wilson Chandler a lot. Already talked about Robert Covington. Atlanta's really going to need some scoring out of somebody. Taurean Prince could end up being a solid player this season at 5,000. I like his potential there. Keep an eye out on Josh Jackson, the rookie, at 49. Let's see what type of play he gets in this Phoenix offense. Like I said, Phoenix is a good offense that you want to get players from because they play at a fast pace. They score a lot of points. Let's see. But Marquise Chris, guys. High five. All right. He's going to be a beast. Ersan Ilyasova. Once again, another example for Atlanta needing somebody to step up, man. Okay? They need somebody to step up. Okay? Obviously, Dennis Schroeder is going to be a solid option because he's like their only offense. I'm ashamed to be a Hawks fan right now, honestly. That's about it, man. I'm not going to go super down there. Let's talk about some cheap centers. One guy that stuck out to me when I was looking at it earlier is Marcin Gortat going against Philly. Now, Embiid will be starting, but he's going to be limited like he has been for his whole life. This guy just needs to decide whether, okay, do I want to play a full game or just stop playing basketball in general? Like, the dude never plays a full... I don't think he's ever in his whole life played a full game. Even pick up basketball at LA Fitness. He doesn't even play the full game. He always leaves early. All right? That's the type of player Joel Embiid is. Embiid is a beast, but he's the guy that he's going to play like 2 minutes, and then he's not going to play anymore. Okay? He'll give you a good 2 minutes. All right? Marcin Gortat's going to have to deal with lesser than players than Embiid, probably Okafor. And Marcin Gortat's a great option as a value center at 5,200. I already mentioned Marquise Chris, obviously. I love him. Nerlens Noel, I mentioned that situation. If Dallas gets up, Noel's going to get some good little minutes here. And if he gets good minutes, he's gonna be very good down low against Atlanta. All right. Also, another center that I really like with his matchup is my main man, Hassan Whiteside, going against Orlando. Now, I'm not downing Vucevic in any way, but Orlando gives up a lot of rebounds, and what is Hassan Whiteside known for? He gets like 1 million rebounds a game, okay? Hassan Whiteside's a beast with the rebounds, and he's going to get a plethora of them. He has shown before he can get 20-plus rebounds in a game, okay? And this is one of the best matchups for a rebounding center because I mean, Vucevic gets good rebounds too, but for some reason, they've always been a team that you want to play rebounding centers against. So Hassan Whiteside's in a great matchup here. I like him. Another guy, Jokic. People might be sleeping on him a little bit. He's going against Utah, which is a very, very good down low with Rudy Gobert. But I'm not saying to play him here in this matchup, but remember the flashes of upside that he showed last year. All right, don't sleep on that. Remember that, because at a point he was the most expensive center you could play because he was dropping so many points. He was triple doubling even. Okay, Jokic can stack up the points in multiple categories. I don't like him against Utah, but he's a guy you definitely are going to play a lot this season. Mark my words. Let's go ahead. That's about it for the cheap guys. Let's talk about Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins this year. They're going against Memphis, which is a toughish matchup with Marc Gasol down low, but Gasol's getting old. Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins should have their way. It's aggravating having to decide between which one. A lot of times I like to go with the guy who doesn't leave the game because a fly lands on him. Anthony Davis will leave if somebody like flicks him, okay? He'll leave and he'll be hurt. Anthony Davis is the hardest guy to roster in your DFS lineups in NBA because you just never know. And the last thing you want to do is spend 10-5 on Anthony Davis and he ends up getting 5 DraftKings points in the first 30 seconds and leaves for the rest of the game. That's the most aggravating thing ever, and there's no way you're cashing if you play him at 10-5 and he leaves early. You're done, okay? And all that money you threw down the drain, which is why I always preach variation to you guys. All right? That's about it, guys. Good luck, everybody. I hope you kill it, man. That high five is fire. Damian Lillard, Avery Bradley, Dirk Nowitzki, Marquise Chris, and Ricky Rubio. Good luck, everybody. I hope you kill it. Go to greenlightdfs.com to get in on the lineup subscription with the VIPs. Let's get this money this NBA season, man. NBA is my favorite DFS sport. They need to fix the lineup bullshit, but either way, I'm going to dominate them once again, like I always have my whole entire life since I popped out as a baby. I've been dominating NBA DraftKings. Like the video down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm out.